Hey everybody, CFA back with you. We got a little bit different show for you today, something we haven't tried before. So the CFA family, we were all sitting down and we were watching the coin vault. We occasionally will flip that on, just to see what's going on there. And they were doing a segment on war nickels. They were selling some war nickels. And CFAJr thought that the commentary that I was throwing out there while we were watching was rather humorous and entertaining, and she said, you know what, CFA should do a reacts video involving this coin vault war nickel segment. And I thought, heck, let's give it a try. So here is my shot at it. You guys can all tell me what you think. Here we go with CFA reacts.
These coins are from one of the most historic periods in the history of the world, World War II, that affected virtually every person on the entire planet in one way or another. These coins were just a time that represents so much here in our nation. The fact that they're also silver, but it's one of the reasons that it's been so difficult to get any kind of quantity of these. I know, looking on the website of one of the top coin retailers in the country, their company's been around for about 7 decades now. They sell a tremendous number of individual coins, and something like this is their specialty. Sometimes, completing sets for someone, their most affordable price for an average circulating coin is $9.25. Now, what we have here in a roll is 40 coins. The $2 space value roll, 40 coins. That's how nickels have been, for years. So, if you're getting an entire 40 coin roll, you multiply out that 9 1/4, you're looking at $370 that you can pay to get 40 of these coins, exactly what we have up here, from one of the other coin sellers, one of the other big coin sellers in the country.
Alright, so I really like how they start off with the war nickels being a important time in the history of the world, World War II era. I agree, very, very important time period, one of my favorites to read about and collect coins from that era. But when they start talking about $9.25 a war nickel in circulating condition on average, I don't know about that. $370 per roll? So these are a couple of recently sold rolls off of eBay that I found, and they're going for about $41 a roll. That's including the shipping, and that's about $1.03 a coin, approximately, and that's a lot less than the $9.25 these gentlemen are talking about here.
$370 for an entire roll of 40 coins of those historic wartime nickels. You're not going to pay anywhere close to that price here tonight at the Coin Vault, Scott. For the first time in a long time, we have the rolls of these Jefferson nickels, and we've got them out here. You ready for this? $59.95. Look at that look. I'm getting the look like you are absolutely out of your mind for giving these rolls away at that price.
Alright, I don't know about absolutely out of your mind for giving them away at that price, but they have come down from the first, they were talking about $9.25 a coin. Now they've come down all the way down to about $1.50 a coin. So yes, they did come down in price, but it's still not near the $1.03 per coin that we saw there on online auction.
And to make sure that that was absolutely correct, we involved the other brothers in the thing today with Brock and Tyler getting together to make sure that Andy hadn't made a mistake and that the coins were available for us to bring out and show on air and to be able to do at this price. Think about this. Having not just a regular 5-cent coin or a regular nickel that happened to be from the World War II era. Forget if they had any silver content in them. Just the difficulty of those and how hard it would be, to find a coin from the 1940s here in 2018, especially to be able to find 40 of those. I mean, that could be literally a lifetime achievement for somebody out there. If you had access to massive quantities of early nickels and just sit and go through and try and hunt out and find more airtime nickels today, would be almost impossible.
You hear that, all you coin roll hunters? It's almost impossible to find war nickels today in circulation. Look at this. Here's just a couple recent videos that we did where we found them. Silver find that was in a coin roll hunt, and then the other one was actually in a Coinstar. So yeah, they can be found. Don't get me wrong, we get excited when we find them, but it's definitely not impossible. And to find 40 of them as a lifetime achievement, well, I can say we've only been coin roll hunting for like 5 years, and we've easily found more than that. I don't know the number right off the top of my head, but I'm guessing it's at least 4 or 5 times that. So yeah, as most of you coin roll hunters out there know, it's not impossible.
You're getting ready to do something that we discussed, and I didn't know that you. Okay, a couple things. As we discussed at the outset, we've not been able to bring this out in a long time. At $59.95 a roll, these are going to go very quickly. So if you're thinking about it, you're going to have to act quickly. But I tell you what I'm about to do here, this is going to make them go away even more quickly because we're going to offer you a 3-roll discount. We're going to put them out here, 3 rolls. I'm going to hold them on the set right here. 3 rolls. You're not going to get 40 coins. You're going to get 120 coins. Now, we're not going to just multiply the $59.95 by 3. We're going to give you a discount here today. And I know the last time. Go up. The last time we did 3 rolls than 1. The last time we did the 3-roll discount, we were $159.98. Now, it stands to reason if we've not been able to bring it out in a long time, that price either has to at least be the same or higher. I lowered it $10 today. These are now $149.98. Maybe one of the absolute lowest prices we've ever done per piece for wartime era nickels, and they're available at the Coin Vault today.
All right, to their credit, they have brought the price of each coin down to about $1.25. So they are working it down there.
A couple of things that happened during World War II. You always hear talk about emergency money or emergency currency. You know, in Hawaii, they made some different silver certificates that were released for circulation over there, North Africa and Italy. They also had some different silver certificates. You know, because at the time, especially at the beginning of World War II, it was far from a foregone conclusion that the Allies were going to be victorious in the conflict. And for the United States, it was really a matter of necessity. They changed the composition of the cents. In 1943, they did the steel cents. Something different here because instead of just going in and using steel, they used silver as part of the composition of the coin to help it have extra metals, nickel, to use for the war effort. And again, the purpose of this was to make them easily identifiable. So when the war was over and they didn't need to do this anymore, they could reclaim those through the banking system as the tellers went through their daily cake, as the banks, took in deposits, so they could pull these back in. They could then in turn be returned to the government where they would melt them back down. And that indeed is what happened to most of the coins. Some of these coins survived and are still.
All right, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure that saying most of the wartime nickels were melted down later is the proper way of saying it. I don't know the exact numbers of what was melted and what's still out there, but most of them seems like a stretch to me. Now, he did have some great information about the changes in composition of coinage during World War II. He had a little history there about the changes that were also made to notes. And we made this video here not long ago on the Hawaiian money from World War II and the changes that they made. They overprinted the word Hawaii on there just in case Hawaii was taken over by the Japanese later on. We could easily recognize that money. So yeah, he had some great information there. They did the same in North Africa. I'll put a link to this video at the end of this video here. You guys might enjoy that. But there, he does have some great history here he's talking about, and so I can definitely appreciate that.
Available today in something that's affordable. When you look at the very top on the reverse of the coin, you'll see those large mint marks. In fact, the first of the Philadelphia minted coins that was made, the 1942p, was the first time that a Philadelphia minted coin had ever had a mint mark on it. Prior to that, just understood coins that didn't have mint marks were made in Philadelphia, but because they wanted to make sure that this coin could be identified, they put that large P on the reverse of the coin. So you have, Philadelphia for Denver, S for San Francisco, Philadelphia for Denver. That made really some good sense, didn't it? D for Philadelphia, S for San Francisco, and D for Denver. That probably makes a little more sense. You think after
All right, so he stumbled over himself a little bit there, which is kind of amusing, but he had some good information again about the Philadelphia mint mark, the P mint mark. And another thing that you may or may not know about the P mint mark is that in 2017 it was the one and only time the P has been on the cent, on the penny. So if you're interested to learn more about that, I'll put a link to our video on that at the end of this as well. But yeah, the P mint mark has an interesting history for sure.
You've got the Monticello on the reverse, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson on the front, just not having a good night. It's just like I walked out of the room and came back for everything I ever knew about coin collecting. 020148. Well, I knew you just need a little extra fodder for the blooper this year. I'm trying to fill in a few things here.
All right, everybody. So my final overall impression of this segment on War Nickels of the Coin Vault. You know, they started out talking about these outrageous prices that these coins normally go for, and we were able to show that that's not the case. Now, they did, to their credit, like I said before, they did bring those prices down quite a bit from $9.25 a coin as they were talking about to $1.50, then finally at $1.25 a coin. Now, as I said, I won't be purchasing from there. We don't really purchase here anyway. We search for them, but you can get better deals at online auction from what I've been able to find. Now, this was kind of entertaining. I mean, they were rather humorous at times. You know, they stumbled on each other, and it was kind of fun. But they also had some good information about historic coin, information, World War II era, changes that were made and things to that nature. So there was some good information. There was a little bit of information that was suspect. I'd want to do a little more research on. But overall, I mean, it's not something I'd purchase from, but just for a little entertainment, I suppose, and maybe to learn a little bit about coins, I'll give them a little credit there. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed this little reacts video, let me know. I'd love to see some comments down below on this. And but as always, we appreciate you watching. We appreciate all the support. And as always, keep checking that change.